This week,
softball pulls off a great start to the conference season.
we take a deep dive into the upcoming outdoor picnic,
WSM investigates the trials of traveling teachers.
and we look to the future at the College and Career Fair.
All of that and more on the Warrior Weekly.
Good morning, Warriors, and welcome to this week's edition of the Warrior Weekly. Presented by Warrior Student Media, I'm Kat Calabrese.
And I'm Dylan Machashi. Today we promote the outdoor picnic, we investigate the ins and outs of traveling teachers, and we highlight the College and Career Fair.
But first, let's recap last week's home softball win against Crystal Lake Central.
Softball season has started back up here at MCHS, and our Warriors have played extremely well since starting the 2022 season.
Just a slow start, and now we're really starting to hit our stride. We're second in our conference right now, so we're doing really, really well. This is my 4th year as the head coach here, but I was a graduate assistant in college for 2 years as well. Top teams, or we think that we're the underdog, which a lot of the times people like to think that McHenry softball are the underdogs. We like to play way ahead of that.
The varsity team members explain how they motivate each other to push themselves and create a positive environment within the team, this being a stronghold to help them achieve their goals as a team.
They honestly impact my game because if I'm feeling down, then they just pick me right back up and everything just goes better from there.
My teammates will encourage me whenever anyone gets down, and we will lift each other back up and we will work together. It usually looks like us getting all together, making sure we have all the gear and making sure we have all of our own stuff, and then we go out either to the softball field and get ready and put on our cleats, or we go on the bus and we like to listen to music and jam out before the game.
They're kind of all just friends with each other. And I ask them that all the time because sometimes being a coach, you're not sure exactly if you're seeing things right. But I've asked them, are you guys friends with each other? How do you enjoy the season so far? And they've said, oh yeah, there are no cliques. We don't have different groups of people that talk bad about another. They're just all friends, and they trust each other a lot. And trust is huge in athletics too.
The softball team has had a very successful season so far, as they are currently second in the Fox Valley Conference. Members reflect on their excitement within their placement and their performance on their outstanding game on April 19th.
Honestly, it feels great. We were 3rd last year, kind of felt like bogus, but honestly, it feels great.
As the rest of the season continues, we hope to see the team excel and thrive. Their skill as a team continues to improve after each game. Reporting for the Warrior Weekly were Emberlyn Carlson, Grace Mueller, Lacey Thompson, and Lauren Curtin.
You can support varsity softball tonight at 4:30 at home against Lace.
Now, what are all those blue tickets floating around campus? Warrior Student Media has the story.
To end the school year on a bang, the MCHS Tier 2 team has put together an incentive program in order to motivate students to end the year on a high note.
We are all kind of looking at our last stretch of school and how do we motivate kids to, just find that little bit of effort and extra, motivation to get them through May.
In order for a class to win the incentive, they have to have the biggest decrease in behavior issues and the biggest increase in grades.
So the incentive program, we rolled it out to students during AIM. So essentially, everybody starts from kind of square one. And so it'll be the biggest decrease in discipline referrals, biggest decrease in cuts and tardies, and then biggest decrease in failures of classes.
The picnic will be during all lunch periods, and there will be food, activities, and a chance to relax at the end of the school year.
Be an outdoor, pretty exciting event. We're still working on all the details, but it will be available 4th, 5th, and 6th, so you'll get 3 lunch periods to be able to be outside with your friends. We're working on some activities for you guys to do. Food will be provided, so it'll be, a good way to end the year.
A smaller, more immediate incentive, tickets, are given out by teachers who see students doing acts of kindness and bettering themselves and their grades. These tickets are put in a raffle at the end of the week.
We have tickets, raffle tickets that teachers have, or really all staff have available to them, and they can give it to students for anything that they feel, is necessary or, appropriate to give them for extra effort in the classroom. If you go see a teacher and they're not requesting you to, that can be, deserve a ticket. You're helping other friends, students in the hallway, anything, that they think is a good deed can be handed out to students. And those tickets get handed into the main office. And then every week we will pull for a You Call It prize. So I didn't want to just come up with a bunch of gift cards that you guys don't want. You get to tell me what you want, and then we'll go and get that for you.
As this incentive is kicked off, students can now take advantage of the rewards for their acts of kindness in the hope of winning a picnic as a way to relax at the end of the year.
Reporting for the Warrior Weekly, we're Cooper Bruin, Caden Bunting, and Ryan Stamborski.
Battle of the Bands and Super Smashing Six Flags Saturday tickets are on sale now. There are posters all over both campuses, and an email will be sent out soon for you to buy your tickets. So keep your eye out.
Next, many don't know that there are teachers that travel from freshman campus to upper campus and vice versa every single day. These teachers have pros and cons to their schedule, and we look to tell their story.
Being a traveling teacher can be a tough job. There's a lot of responsibility in teaching a class at one school than packing up all your things and driving to a school across town just to teach another class. This job has become more common since the campuses have transformed from east and west to upper and lower. We spoke with Mr. Dane Erbach, one of the many traveling teachers, and he shares what it's been like for him as a traveling teacher.
I like that I have a presence in both buildings. I like that I don't feel like I'm on a lonely island at the freshman campus, that I do get to see students that are at the other grade levels, teachers who are in this building and not just in one building. That's fine, that's fun. I also like that I get the opportunity to teach my elective at the upper campus, and I'm not just teaching freshmen all day.
Just like students, traveling teachers are in charge of their own belongings and bringing what they need for each class. Erbach shares what kinds of things he brings with him from campus to campus.
It's hard to think about what I'm going to need in my next class period. So I'm always thinking, what do I need to photocopy before I get in the car, and what do I need at the other campus that I don't have at this campus? And some of those things are like markers or supplies or things like that, sticky notes. I don't really have an essentials kit or anything like that. I just need to think of what are the materials I need for my next class that I am used to just having in my classroom, but that I don't have in this other classroom.
There's a lot to consider when it comes to having to travel between schools all throughout the day. Mrs. Colleen Eddy speaks on behalf of her experience of being a traveling teacher.
You don't really have a home base because you're kind of at both campuses, so you're kind of just switching back and forth.
Having to travel between schools to teach different classes and grades can be a hassle, and we've heard many pros and cons to it. Though there's always room for improvement, we're excited to see what changes there are to come for the system of being a traveling teacher. Giving a little extra appreciation to traveling teachers, reporting for the Warrior Weekly were Maddie Spencer, Noah Johnson, Ruth Akeno, and Danny Carr.
And now, a message from girls soccer and how you can make Mother's Day so special for mothers around McHenry County.
Good morning, Warriors. We are Mara Torres, Elena Carlos, and Becca D'Agostino, and we represent the girls soccer team here at McHenry.
Over the next week, we are collecting items to help out mothers in need around northern Illinois. 60% of women in domestic abuse and homeless shelters are mothers, and we want to make sure that they have a gift this Mother's Day.
There will be donation boxes at the entries of both campuses, and you can drop off items such as soaps, lotions, blankets, toothbrushes, socks, slippers, and more.
Let's make sure these mothers are not forgotten this Mother's Day and help us make it special for them. If you have any questions, you can reach out to Coach Stengel, Coach DeGanga, or any of us on the team. Thanks!
Finally, the first college and career fair occurred at Upper Campus this past Thursday. For your schools, careers in the military were present to show students the opportunities they have after high school.
Every year for the past 9 years, McHenry has held a college and career fair. This event has been a great opportunity for students to explore different future options like universities, community colleges, military branches, and workforces.
We want to make sure that we're hitting all students. When you think of an event like this, most people kind of think, the word college sticks out. So there will be several dozen four-year schools represented there, but we're also going to have labor unions. We're going to have community colleges, which often kind of double as trade schools. We're going to have some traditional trade schools, local employers, military. So everybody will be covered, and we hope students can take full advantage of it.
We had the privilege of getting a few words with representatives of these universities. One of these people was Jessica Lang, a representative for Arizona State, which is one of the most popular booths at the fair.
We're actually, as far as our student body, fun fact, we have the largest student body in the whole country. We have 75,000 students across all of our 4 campuses in Phoenix. And we are a top tier 1 research-based university, and we're number 1 in the country for innovation. So I would say those are our top 3 kind of winning points as far as ASU.
One of the best alternative options with great benefits for students is different military pathways for scholarships. Sergeant Rivera for the Marines is looking for students who want to make America a better place.
The purpose is to find the next future leaders in the Marines that want to protect and serve the country. And that's pretty much it. Give them some benefits of like what we offer. All the military branches are good. It just depends on what they actually want out of the military. So that's pretty much it.
Students looking to join the workforce out of high school have many options, one of them being the fire department. Chief Brent Eanes believes that the fire department is a great choice for students.
The fire department is a great career. It's a great option for someone who may not want to go through college right away. They can start a career in the fire service right here in McHenry. We've provided some of that education and start a career right now.
With 70 schools, 6 military branches, and 18 workforces in attendance, this year's College Career Fair was an undeniable success. Reporting for the Warrior Weekly were Nate Gibson, Dylan Machashik, and Kat Calabrese.
That's all for today's show. Be sure to follow the Warrior Weekly on all social media platforms, including Twitter, Insta, and TikTok.
For Dylan Machashik and all of Warrior Student Media, I'm Kat Calabrese. Have a great week, Warriors.